call center agent. This is Nayumi Cee speaking. And for today's topic, we'll talk about how to pass mock call. So this is inspired by the comments made by one of our avid viewers. Her name is Miss Shane Mariel's vlog. So her comment has been a long time ago, and this is the only time for me to answer this. So hoping that you will still be able to see this. So I'd like to say thank you so much for sending me a sweet comment, and I'd like to congratulate you for passing the initial as well as the final interview. It's just that she wasn't able to pass the Braille's exam, and that is totally fine because it's gonna be her first time applying in the BPO industry, really. And I believe she isn't that prepared when it comes to mock call. So Braille's exam is typically same with mock call. So there will be situations that will be given to you in which you have to resolve it. So now I'll give you ways, or at least 5 ways for you to be able to pass mock call. And with that being said, let's begin. Alright, so let's start with what is mock call. So for us to better understand everything, I'll give you the definition based on my own understanding, so as for you to understand as well. So imagine it this way. Mock call is when your interviewer will pretend as a customer, and you as an applicant will act as a customer service representative, and you'll be given certain situation by the interviewer. So there will be a certain scenario in which you have to resolve the customer's issue. Basically, the reason why the customer is calling is because she or he has a problem that you need to fix. So what you will do, since you are acting as a customer service representative, you have to resolve the problem. Now, in what way or how do you do that? So that is where my 5 best practices to pass your mock call starts. So the first one that you really have to familiarize yourself with is by learning the basics, or at least learning the standard call flow. So what do you mean by call flow? So here it is. What is call flow? I have just repeated it. So what is call flow, or basic call flow? So a call flow is a roadmap to show how calls will be handled from the moment they enter the phone system to the end of the call. So call flows can be used to handle even the most complex call scenarios and enable great customer service or customer care. So basically, call flow is the roadmap to how calls will be handled from the moment they enter the phone system, or from the moment your phone rings and the customer started talking and telling you his or her concern, up to the very end of the call where you mentioned your closing spiel. Now here is an example of basic call flow. First, when your phone rings, of course, when the computer rings, what you will do is, of course, lively or friendly greeting. Like, hi, this is Nayumi Cee from billing department. Can I have your first and last name, please? Or you can say, hi, this is May from billing department. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with today? Or you may say, hi, this is Nayumi Cee from billing department. How can I help you? So that's how you do that. And then after that, you have to say, getting customers' reason for calling. So of course, you have to know what's the reason why the customer is calling. And other than that, you have to do something like pulling up the customer's account, getting his or her first and last name, the information that you'll be needing. So it includes in that part. And then once the customer provided you the reason for calling, you have to identify whether you have to give an apology, or you have to empathize, or you simply have to acknowledge the situation and give the customer an assurance that you are there to help the customer with that problem. And then once you have the problem, you get to dig deeper into the customer's concern, so as for you to come up with the best resolution for the customer. So that is where probing questions come in to contact. I'm sorry about my grammar, pardon me, but as long as you can understand me, that's fine, okay? So probing questions. What do you mean by probing questions? It means like you're asking open-ended or at least closed-ended questions with the customer, so as for you to get to the root of the problem. What's causing the issue? What's the problem, right? So you have to ask from the customer. Normally with probing questions, they will tell you a story, and you really have to listen carefully. You have to listen intently and get cues, keywords that they are telling you, so as for you to to confirm understanding with the customer. And after you gather everything that you'll be needing, it's time for you to what? Provide resolution. So that's the time that you have to address the customer's concern. And after addressing the customer's concern, for that particular situation not to happen anymore, you have to educate the customer. So this is one way of giving a customer peace in mind, as well as giving her or him an option not to give us a call because that same issue happened again. So the next time, he or she would know what to do already. And then after customer education, you have to recap, or at least discuss with the customer shortly or briefly what you have done on the call. So what you have done on the call, okay? And then that's the time that you have to ask if there is other assistance that she or he will be needing from you, and that's the time you have to state your closing spiel and end the call. So that is basic call flow or standard call flow, okay? So make sure that you have an idea with that. Next step is that understand the situation given. Don't hesitate to ask questions if you have something to clarify. Now, you will be given a piece of paper, I believe, and that is where you can read the situation of the customer. And then if in case that you don't understand the situation or you don't have an idea what it is all about, don't hesitate or don't be shy to ask questions to clarify everything. Okay, please don't be shy, because if you will get shy, then tendency is you might not be able to address the customer's concern, and that would lead you to not passing your back call. So please, if you have questions in mind, let the interviewer know, and he or she will definitely answer your questions, okay? So next step is that you have to listen to cues. For example, you're in the middle of that mock call and that the customer is already getting angry or upset, for example. You have to tone down your voice. You have to match your pacing with the customer, but you don't match their if they're upset, don't feel upset too, right? You have to calm down. You have to lower down your voice. You have to empathize. You have to apologize if needed. So listen to cues. So for example, the customer is angry, you have to tone down yourself. If the customer is happy, you have to be happy as well. You have to sound energetic as well as lively as well, but that is actually needed all the time. But if the customer for example, lost his or her job, lost his or her loved ones, don't feel happy about it or stop being lively. You have to act like you're just an actress. You're an actress. You can be an actress if you're a call center agent, because it really depends on who you are talking to. So listen to verbal cues from your interviewer, like he or she has to pretend a certain emotion, so you have to match it, okay? Alright, so number 4, avoid verbal collision. So avoid interrupting the interviewer or the customer when he or she is talking, because that is a markdown and you might not get hired, or you might fail your mock call if that will happen, okay? Alright, now the last one is that be confident as you speak. So during mock calls, you really won't feel as confident as you are when you are at home. Like what like 100% confident, because it's gonna be your first time and you are not familiar, considering that you're a newbie. But you really have to be confident, otherwise you might lost that opportunity that's in front of you already. So make sure to give your all, and when you follow the very first step that I give you, I'm sure 100% that you will pass it. And by the way, that's it. I hope you learned something and I was able to share with you something. By the way, we have a Facebook page named Nayumi Cee. You can visit that page. Please like it as well. And also, you can send me direct message there if you have questions. Feel free to ask me. I am very much happy to help you. And again, don't forget to share this video, like this video, follow me on my social media account, comment down below. I'll definitely appreciate that. And then turn on the notification bell button when you subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much, guys, and I'll see you again.